Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel Skinny on Carbs. My name is Andrea, and on this channel I try to use my background in histology, biology, and naturopathic medicine to help you live the life that you dream of and deserve. Alright you guys, I'm sorry I was gone for quite some time, maybe about 2 weeks or so. I had an unexpected death in the family. My husband's father died and we had to travel last minute with the kids on a 16-hour journey, road tripping it to get to support my mother-in-law. So I was gone for a while, so I apologize, but I'm back. In my absence, I see things have changed, and some things have changed with me as well, and I just wanted to make that announcement with you guys. It's not really a huge change, but I've decided to bring something back. So before I get to the meat and potatoes of this video, I just wanted to make an announcement. I have decided to reopen my coaching group. All right, I have not been coaching one-on-one or in a group for, I would say, about a year and a half. I stopped coaching when my youngest brother, he died over a year ago. He was my baby brother, and we knew he was gonna go a few months before he did. Well, some of us knew, others of us didn't want to accept it. I get that. I was one of those that didn't want to accept it. However, when he was hospitalized, I sort of just kind of disappeared. I just didn't have what it took to continue. I took his passing really, really hard, difficult. And so I decided that the right thing for me and my clients to do was to just stop coaching. I have been hesitant to reopen the group for multiple reasons, but I am getting a lot of requests. I'm getting a lot of questions, and don't get me wrong, I love helping people, and I love doing it for free. I really do, but I just don't have the time anymore to feel out all the questions that I'm getting. You know, I try to get as many as I can, but I get a lot. And when I disappeared from YouTube for that period of time, the questions slowed down. Now that I've started making videos again, I am getting inundated with questions. And I'd love to get to you guys, but I can't. I have 4 kids and I homeschool them. You know, that's my full-time thing now. So I have a lot going on. I can't answer the one-off questions, and so I'm going to reopen my coaching group. I am not going to do one-on-one for now. I still don't have the time for that because I do want to dedicate some time to offering free content here on YouTube to help as many people as I can. However, in my coaching group, it is going to be it's a simple group. Okay, it's going to only be $12.99 per month over on the Patreon. I'll put a link below. So I'm holding this coaching group on the Patreon for $12.99 a month. That is a steal because I'm going to be giving away as much, if not all, of the information I have in here and in here as possible. Okay, so you'll be getting my 20 years of experience in the healthcare arena. You'll be getting my 20 years of experience as an exclusive plant-based eater. You'll be getting my 12 years of experience as a raw food, 100% or high raw vegan eater. My experience in helping you get to a healthy lifestyle, get to a healthy weight, get to a healthy mindset. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be pouring into this coaching group as much as possible. I'm going to try to give you guys all the information that is not on YouTube, that people aren't talking about, and that people are sweeping under the rug, that I think is important for you to know, to thrive, you know, in this world. Okay, so it's gonna be on Patreon. It's just $12.99 a month. You guys, I'll put the link below. You can join if you want. You can join if you don't. You can not join if you don't want. It's okay. I'm still gonna be here on YouTube. All right, but if you have questions, I don't answer questions online anymore. I don't answer questions in my DM anymore. You know, it's just too much. I don't have the time to do it. Okay, so over there. You'll get more attention. You'll get me answering questions. You'll get me sharing more in-depth, deep content. I'll be teaching a lot more. I do have a foundational course that I offered before that I'll be making available in that group, and I'm going to be reintroducing another foundational course for you guys. It's going to be in that group. So if you want that content, if you want that information, if you want the one-on-one, not really one-on-one, but if you want more attention, then I can give it to you over there. I just don't have the time to do it from YouTube, from Facebook, from Instagram, homeschool my kids, I just don't have the time to do it, but I want to help as many people as I can. So I'm going to reopen that Patreon, okay? So again, the link is going to be in the description, so you can join me over there, okay? Now, on to the meat and potatoes of the video. I've done enough sort of selling, so to speak. Okay, so I see that things have changed on YouTube. Things have changed in this sugar diet world. And it looks like the nail has finally been put in the coffin and it's over. We're not doing, or the internet, I should say, is not doing the sugar diet anymore. And I just want to sort of talk to you guys about the importance of being unsexy, okay? So months ago, when this trend started popping up and becoming, really popular, I came out and I said, you guys, boom, 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 bam, bam, bam. And some people did not really like that. They thought that I was being a bit naggy and I was being like your mom. But I was really just trying to share my experience. I was really just trying to, my professional experience, that is. Because sometimes your personal experience has no place in anything outside of your personal experience. So I was really trying to share my professional experience and my knowledge. And I was trying to say, all this refined carbohydrates is really not going to lead you to where you want to go to, at least not long term. Well, needless to say, it's maybe about a month or two after that, and the video aged well because the progenitor of this fad has now said it's over. For the same reasons I was telling you guys that it was gonna die. I didn't anticipate it was gonna die this soon. I thought it would last a few more months, but it's gone. Am I sad to see it go? Not really. Does it change anything? These nose rings. Does it change anything for the rest of us that have been eating sugar or simple carbs for a long time? No, not really. Okay, I've been at this for a very long time. I've been at this for 12 years. In an effort to I'm going to do another video about my blood sugars. Okay, that's going to be coming probably tomorrow because I have to show you guys what my readings are, but I want to do a video about that blood sugar and sugar, right? But there are those of us that have been doing this for a really long time, eating simple sugars via fruits and vegetables. And I'm not the only one. I haven't even been doing this that long. 12 years is not long compared to people who have been doing this for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years. They do exist. They're on YouTube, but they're not sexy. So you guys, they're not screaming sugar diet, candy, pop, soda. They're not screaming those things. And so you guys aren't listening to them. But it's kind of important to listen to those that have had some consistency in this thing for a really long time. Consistency matters. It's what matters the most. Okay? Consistency is really what matters the most. That's an opinion, right? That has played out for me over the years. What I see is that those that have been doing this for 20, 30, 40 years, they have been doing this in a very particular way, a certain style, and so they last, okay? These people that are coming to you with this refined carbs, the table sugars, they're not lasting in this game. You can get some results with the sugars, you can, but they're not long lasting, meaning you can't stick with it for too long. Okay, and there's a reason for that. I've explained it in other videos. I've explained why it's not a good idea to base your sugar diet around table sugar, refined sugars, isolated sugars, table sugars. I've explained why this is not a good idea, how this affects your microbiome, how this affects your HPA axis. There is a whole lot of science as to why this is not a good idea, but I still find it laughable that I have to even explain this to you guys. Somewhat, I do find it somewhat laughable because it's already been established that this is not good for you, that refined foods is not ideal. Okay, and you know, there are going to be some people, oh, you're demonizing sugar. I'm not demonizing sugar. The fact is, if it rains and you walk out into the rain without an umbrella, you're gonna get wet. Does that mean I'm demonizing the rain? No, it doesn't. It's just a fact. Refined foods is not as good or ideal as a whole food. Okay, you are missing a lot of essential nutrients that you need to process those calories, to process those carbohydrates. Okay, now, like I said, I eat a diet very high in simple sugars, but I source my simple sugars from certain food groups and food types. All right, and so that's why I was able to come to you guys and say, hey, listen, you know, I wouldn't try to source my sugars from table sugars. I wouldn't try to source, you know, the majority of my sugars from maple syrup or from honey even. It's just not a good idea. It's not going to be sustainable. In any event, I think it's important for you guys to seek out those people that have consistency doing this thing for a very long time. Okay, and they are there, they do exist. I'm gonna name a few in this video. Dr. Doug Graham, he's been doing this for close to 50 years. Dr. Robert Morse, 50 years. And these are people that are not just doing it themselves, they have been helping others to do it as well. They've written books, they've coached people, they have whole groups. Okay, they have been helping thousands and thousands of people to switch to a whole food, plant-based, raw, simple sugars lifestyle. All right, so I just mentioned Dr. Doug Graham, Dr. Robert Morse, you have Chris Kendall, you have Raw Food Romance, you have the guy from, I think his name is John Kohler from OK Raw. You've got so many. I can't even, if you just look on Jillian Berry's channel, you will see so many people that have been doing this for so long, a lot longer than 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Even 5 years is nothing. Okay, these people that were popping up, I saw so many channels popping up. Sugar diet this, how I lost weight doing this, sugar diet that. These are people that have only been doing this for 1 or 2 years. That doesn't mean anything. Okay, that's not longevity. Longevity, if you don't have, when I first switched over my diet from a regular plant-based diet to a high raw simple sugars diet, I would not listen to anyone that did not have a minimum 10 years in the game. At least 1 decade was necessary for me to even take you seriously, because anything under that is just an experiment. And experiments they're not to be taken lightly, right? Meaning they're valid, but they're valid for you, the person that's running the experiment. It's not valid for me. I'm not interested in your journey or your experiment. Your journey and your experiment is for you. What I'm interested in are results. And I want something that's going to be long lasting. I want something that's reproducible, and I want something that I can do. Okay, because that's where my degree is. It's in biology. I want to see these things, right? So I think Karen Calabrese is another one. You got to look for people that have been in this game for a while, that have the results that you have and that you can actually mimic. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. It's very important to look at those that are not, it's not the squeaky wheel that you want to look at. The squeaky wheel is very noisy, but that's not what you want to look at. You want to look at the well-oiled wheel that's not making a lot of noise, that's running efficiently. Okay, that's what you want to look at. So I hope that this little experiment on the internet with the sugar diet has taught us something. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't, I don't know. But for myself, it's just another day of not joining the bandwagon. I am still doing Skinny on Carbs. I've been doing Skinny on Carbs for a very long time. That's not going to change in the foreseeable future. Okay, so I hope that you guys have learned something from this. I hope that you guys a little bit more grounded after this, and I hope that you guys can now move forward with something that is a lot more sustainable, reasonable, and employs some common sense. And if you want to know the nitty gritty and the science and all the things that I know that goes behind this lifestyle, you can join me over on the Patreon. It's Skinny on Carbs. It's patreon.com/skinny on carbs. All my names on all my social media are the same. Okay, it used to be the Raw Beauty Youth Regenerator for quite some time, but I've changed everything over to Skinny on Carbs, so you can find me quite easily. Okay, I love you guys. Peace. Bye.